Welcome to another part of the ISM Exercise Set Microeconomics, this time with a unit on market equilibria and shocks. Let's have a look at the exercise. Here we have considered a market for paperbacks. How does the market situation change in the respective situations? Sketch the corresponding market diagram and tick the correct answer regarding the market equilibrium in the following table. And here we have for quantity and price the possibilities that they decrease, remain the same, increase, or that we cannot say anything about their development. We should do this for three parts. So first part is the price for ebooks is set at a maximum of 10% of the printed edition. B, the literacy rate in the country is declining, but at the same time the country is represented at the International Book Fair as a focus country. And finally, C, in the context of the latest PISA study, the literary canon for German lessons is revised. Okay, let's work our way through this step by step. So first we copy this table down here so that we can do all the graphs in the upper part. We start with the first one. The price for ebooks is set at a maximum of 10% of the printed edition. So that's only one thing which takes place here. And well, if we consider this, we're talking about paperbacks, and well, they're actually substitutes, because someone might argue about this, but they contain the same content. So whether someone reads the printed book or the ebook, he will read the same book, and he won't buy a paperback, or usually won't buy a paperback once he's read the ebook. Well, if the price is limited, meaning the demand for ebooks might increase, then due to the fact that there are substitutes, the demand for paperbacks would decrease. So we would have a decrease, a negative demand shock, thereby a leftwards movement of the demand curve. This in the diagram looks as follows: original situation, original equilibrium, leftwards movement of the demand curve. So we get a new demand curve to the left of the old one, and we get a new equilibrium, which is to the lower left of the old one. Well, if it's to the lower left, this means that quantity and price will decrease. And yeah, that's already all there is for the first part. So then we have the second part. With the second part, we have actually two aspects here. First, we have the literacy rate in the country is declining. First aspect. Then country is represented at the International Book Fair. Okay, what does the first thing mean? This means that fewer people inside the country will read paperbacks. On the other hand, country itself, its literature becomes more well known. That's the second part, because they're focus country of the International Book Fair. So we have two changes of demand for the paperbacks. Positive one and a negative one. So the literacy rate is a negative demand shock. The book fair is a positive demand shock. So if we go here with a normal market diagram, we could argue that we start here. Then we have a rightward shift. That's the International Book Fair. Then we have a leftward shift. That's the decrease in the literacy rate. In the end, well, in this example, we end up in this equilibrium. However, no one tells us that the effect of the literacy rate decline is stronger than the effect of the book fair. So it could be the other way around as well. So in the end, this means we do not know where our equilibrium will turn up. Is it the situation where both quantity and prices will decrease? Is it a situation where both will increase? Or are we actually at the same point where we started? So will it remain the same? We only know, well, both of them will change in the same direction. Okay, but here, as I said, it's not clear in which direction, so we have to mark both of them as unclear. Okay, this was the second part, so only one more to go. And here we have, in the context of the latest PISA study, the literary canon for German lessons is revised. So the people need new books to read, meaning that the demand for books will increase. This means that we have a demand shock, a positive demand shock. So when we start here, our demand curve will move to the right, increase in demand, and we get a new equilibrium to the upper right. This means that quantity and price will increase. So that's the situation here. And well, that's then all there is to this exercise. So I hope you enjoyed listening to it. And if you're looking for additional exercises, feel free to visit the rest of the exercise set or have a look at the corresponding playlist. I say goodbye and see you next time.